can also be heard frequently on the call-in programs on behalf of the Barbados Labour Party. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Zenitub Yehuda Rasnegas Pasqua, and I'm sure I didn't pronounce it right, Puka, P-O-O-K-A. Did I do all right with that one? Congratulations. I don't know if because this is my constituency that I feel glad to be the MC at this part, but it gives me great pleasure to announce the next award winner. He was born at Newbury, in the heart of St. George, an ardent supporter of the Barbados Labour Party for most of his youthful 71 years. He's recognized by the constituents of St. George North for his work among the needy in his community. Through the years, Bison has worked around the clock with his MP Glenn Clark, providing meals for the needy in his community, visiting the sick and giving care to the elderly, recalling how he was privileged to sit on the knee of Sir Grantley Adams when he visited the then MP Freddie Miller, whom he described as his idol. Bison asserts, the BLP is here for the needy and not the greedy, unquestionably a party for the poor. Ladies and gentlemen, a resounding welcome for Ernest Downs, affectionately known as Bison. Thank you, Honorable Cynthia Ford, for presenting those awards.
Congratulations to those awardees. And now we will present the awards of the central branches, and I invite the third Vice Chairman, Pat Paris, to make the presentations. Our first awardee, affectionately known as Bobbin, for his relentlessness as a youngster, has been a resident of New Orleans for all his life and has been a loyal supporter of the Barbados Labour Party for over 35 years. Quick-witted with an eye for detail, he's a steadfast worker who always gets the job done. He has carried the flag admirably in the battleground of New Orleans, a box which traditionally signals victory for the candidate of the BLP. His support for Dame Billy Miller and the current MP, Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Boste, has been unwavering, and his service is worthy of admiration and recognition by both City of Bridgetown and the party in general. So please, let's acknowledge from the City of Bridgetown, Victor O'Neill. From the City of Bridgetown, the man whom we call Bobbin. All right, Bobbin. Our next recipient is Constituency Assistant with the St. Michael North, a position she held since 2006. And from all indications, she has been doing a great job of keeping her MP Ronald Toppin ahead of the curve on the concerns and aspirations of the constituents of St. Michael North, and she's elated at being recognized for her work by the Barbados Labour Party. I am naturally very happy, and I just want to see the BLP back in government again to rescue the country from the current turmoil. She's the product of a family that has always supported the BLP. Her parents, the late Marva Thorpe and Carl Thorpe, her grandmother, Phyllis Crick, and her uncle, the late Frank Thorpe. I have great pleasure having worked with her in the campaign as campaign manager for St. Michael North. Please acknowledge from St. Michael North, Nicole Thorpe. from the constituency of St. Michael North, Nicole Thorpe. She has worked quietly, assiduously, and with purpose to advance the various plans, objectives, and programs of the Women's League, the women's arm of the Barbados Labour Party. She's a constituent of St. Michael Northwest, and she has made a significant contribution to the work of the League, particularly in the area of fundraising, where she can be seen as truly busy bee at fundraising flea markets and the annual Christmas luncheon, where not only she does her part to ensure that the goodies on offer are enjoyed by all in a warm and congenial atmosphere, but she also provides an added dimension to the program with her own melodious renditions of seasonal music. We look forward to Christmas. Let's welcome from St. Michael Northwest, Lucita Richards Ward. Lucita is not, oh, she's, okay. She's coming, she's coming. St. Michael Northwest, the lady with the voice, Lucita Richards Ward. I'm sure it's such a proud moment for all of our recipients, and is equally proud for the next recipient, who has spent some 14 years of her life abroad, but she recalls that her mom and dad always voted for the Barbados Labour Party, and, as she explained with noted emphasis, I did the same after they told me of the great work of Sir Grantley Adams in transforming the lives of working-class Barbadians. She's been recognized this evening for her excellent work beyond the call of duty as Assistant Secretary Treasurer of St. Michael West Central Constituency Branch of the Barbados Labour Party. And I speak of, ladies and gentlemen, Sirlene Lewis from the constituency of St. Michael West Central. For her work, her stewardship, and her commitment, we recognize Sirlene Lewis. All be decked in red, the right color, the ideal color. Congratulations to you. Our next recipient became passionately involved in the politics of St. Michael West as a pillar of support for the Reverend Joseph Atherley, whom he actually introduced to the people of that constituency. He has been making a significant contribution to the work of the party in St. Michael West in his capacity as treasurer of the St. Michael West constituency branch. And he says the Dems never did anything for the area. It is the Barbados Labour Party that made a difference in the quality of life in St. Michael West. The Barbados Labour Party is a winning party that gives more than they expect to be returned to them. And ladies and gentlemen, those are the words of our recipient from St. Michael West, Lyndon Clark. Our next recipient promptly joined the Barbados Labour Party in 1977 on her return from London. And she was persuaded to do so by Sir Henry Ford, who later encouraged her to go across to St. Michael East, where she provided invaluable support for BLP candidates Richard Lynch, Joey Harper, Jessica Odell, and the current representative Trevor Prescott. She's a former member of the NEC, and a branch member since 1981, where she served as secretary of the branch from 1986 to 1990, and is currently branch treasurer. An elated recipient, she says she finds the Barbados Labour Party very inspirational. And to quote her, "I managed to acquire my home and educate my children in London under the BLP." Please let's acknowledge from the St. Michael East constituency, Cicely Harris. He attributes his passion for politics to former MP Delisle Bradshaw, who served as parliamentary representative under the late Tom Adams. He explains that working close with Comrade Bradshaw, he became very actively involved in sports in areas like Haggett Hall, and he was able to utilize this activity as an outreach for his MP, who has made a solid mark on the sports landscape with the establishment of the Cigarfield Sobers Gymnasium. Through sports, he was able to build an excellent rapport with the youth of St. Michael's Southeast to the benefit of the Barbados Labour Party, a party that has made more landmarks than any other, among them the Bridgetown Harbour, the Cigarfield Sobers Gymnasium, and the ABC Highway. He quotes, "One can clearly see that the BLP has made a tremendous contribution to the development of Barbados." Ladies and gentlemen, let's acknowledge from St. Michael's Southeast, Mark Phillips. And Mark is not here, and Shanique Phillips will be collecting on his behalf. Our next recipient, she boasts proudly of being in the company of illustrious members of the Barbados Labour Party, individuals such as the late Gilmore Rochford and the late Semencia Cox. But it was her mother who certainly supported her and guided her into understanding the policies of the Barbados Labour Party. And so, for years, she has always supported this party in every regard. And she says, despite my age, despite my inability, I will continue to support it because, turning to the theme, returning hope for the people, she believes that the Barbados Labour Party is the right party for this time. Representing St. Michael's Central constituency, let's acknowledge Doreen Glasgow. Doreen Glasgow of St. Michael's Central. And just like Doreen, our next recipient is another product of the Barbados Labour Party family. She continues to walk steadfastly in the footsteps of her dear mother and other family members who themselves served our great party from its inception. Mother Price, as she's known by the children of the Halls Road and nearby areas, has been a pillar of support for the St. Michael's South Central and, by extension, the Barbados Labour Party since 1981. Always willing and ready to answer the call of her political responsibility, she puts party first at all times. She is a true B. Let's welcome, from St. Michael's South Central, Lynette Price. My people, my girl. Good to see you, Lynette. Congratulations. And I have been in places where Lynette, I can tell you, has certainly defended the Barbados Labour Party. Right, Lynette? Particular watering hole, if I may be direct. She has done it well. She supports and she speaks with great confidence of the work of the Barbados Labour Party. She is a box captain for her area of Reese Road. She does not know the word no. She can be called upon at any time to render assistance, and her reply is always yes. If for whatever reason she's unable to assist at the time, she would suggest someone else who can help. A behind-the-scenes person, despite all of that, she's not someone who promotes her own agenda, but is always willing to do what is right for her team. Barbados Labour Party members and families who recognize from St. Michael's South, Sylvia Cummins Ward. Congratulations to you, Sylvia Cummins Ward of the St. Michael South constituency. Though officially becoming a member of the Barbados Labour Party just over a year ago, she makes it abundantly clear that, or rather he makes it abundantly clear that he loves everything about the party. About his award, he's a floor member of the executive of St. Michael North East constituency branch and commented with pride, quote, "Hard work has paid off. I am always willing to help my branch by going beyond the call of duty. I am excited, humbled, and equally proud." The words of recipient of St. Michael North East, Avril Crookendale. And those are the recipients of the Central branches. Please do give them a round of applause. In your programs, you would note performances by Magella Best and Joy Ward. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, they're not here. But we always recognize good talent. And so, I am pleased to introduce a Barbadian talent who has certainly favored Barbadians.
One of the privileges of being the conference committee chairperson is you get to do special awards. I'd like to invite the Senator Abrams, Wilfred Abrams, to the area for awards and to announce the first of two special awards. Comrade Sewell Wilkinson of St. Christopher in the constituency of Christchurch East was born on July the 2nd, 1966 to Odessa Wilkinson and Dennis Wilkinson, one of 16 children, of whom 3 were hearing and speech impaired. Sewell is fiercely loyal to the Barbados Labour Party. He is usually the first to arrive for any branch activity and the last to leave, often helping with the setup and breakdown of the event. Sewell is a tireless worker who gives his best at anything he puts his hand to. The ultimate example of someone who, rather than letting his disability hamper him, has made it a catalyst for his strengths. Wilfred Abrams describes him as the life of the party, an exceptional person, his biggest supporter, and a true friend. Sewell Wilkinson, 1 in a million, and a fine example of what the true spirit of the Barbados Labour Party is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Comrade Sewell Wilkinson.
I invite, oh, there you are. I was wondering where you were. We will now recognize the youth awardee, and this individual can be referred to as one of the young Barbadians with an idea a minute, but more importantly, with the drive and work ethic necessary to make them realities. He is a mass of non-stop energy, and he has used it to impact his community in Upper Carter's Gap, Christchurch, and surrounding districts, the cultural landscape of Barbados, and his various business endeavors. And all of his ventures might not be successful as planned, but one of his most admired traits is his resilience and belief in his dreams. Now, one dream led to the creation of the Christchurch Carnival, following forays into crop over as a costume maker and band leader. And a former member of the Bakshan group, he now produces with friends one of the biggest 4-day bands in Barbados, Kama Sutra. Currently a trade activation assistant at Banks, and while at University of West Indies, he was the National Affairs Committee chairperson, Guild of Students, coordinating the university summer camp program freshers activities, and the campus carnival. And he was also a delegate at the Harvard University Model United Nations Assembly. His student days at UWI, in which he won the UWI Student Award and was the Guild of Students Counselor of the Year, led to employment of the Office of Student Services, which unfortunately fell to cutbacks. He's also an event planner, self-taught graphic artist, web designer, and film editor, skills that has become income generators, but which, more likely than not, are used to give free services to organizations and members of his committee. He's treasurer of Foundation United Sports and Social Club, director of QD Revival Entertainment, and a supporter of the Precious Touch Foundation, a young Barbadian who leaves impact and who captures every opportunity. Let's welcome Rodney King. Okay, Rodney's not here, and he will be presented with his award on another occasion. Thank you very much. I will now turn our attention to the Sports Award and invite Senator Dr. Jerome Walcott, General Secretary, to make the presentations.
As the political leader made in her remarks, the statement that the Barbados Labour Party celebrates excellence. This next category of awards, the sports awards, are given to individuals who are excelling in their areas of endeavor. And the first one is driving home easy on the tennis court. Kim Holder is the undisputed queen of road tennis in Barbados. Her win, not so fast, Kim, easy, easy, easy. Her win in the October Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Monarch of the Courts competition left no doubt that she is in a class of her own. She has not lost a single tournament in 10 years. Yes, you heard me, 10 years. The 39-year-old, who is a transport board bus driver, is hoping that she can inspire a new group of young girls to join the sport, which is gaining popularity in Barbados. She's fun-loving and easygoing. She is a no-nonsense once a racket is in her hand, and her unbelievable record attests to her immense power and finesse on the court. She grew up in superlative St. George and played a variety of sports, but she settled on road tennis. In 1999, after the birth of her daughter, she gave up volleyball and turned to road tennis with a vengeance. Among her many victories, Kim won the ladies section of the then BNB Rackets of Fire tournament in 2009. She has won the island-wide tournament on 5 occasions, from 2011 to 15. In 2014, and again this year, she won the ladies special class all-female tournament. She won Clash of the Titans tournament in 2014, when a ladies division was introduced for the first time. And of course, she just completed Monarchs of the Court tournament organized by the Professional Road Tennis Association, and it was again from the Ladies' Championship. Her list goes on and on and on. But in her words, she's looking forward to the day when road tennis develops to a stage where having national teams and international matches, and when she herself is overthrown as the top female player. It seems there's going to be a long, long wait for the latter to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, please recognize the excellence of Kim Holder. And we go now from the road to the ocean, to a surfing sensation, Chelsea Tuok, and I hope I pronounced that name correctly. Chelsea has been competing on the international stage from a very young age, and over the past 3 years has taken the surfing world by storm. In 2013, she started to compete at the highest level of junior surfing in her region of North America. In her first year competing on the Association of Professional Surfing Pro Junior Circuit at age 17, she was crowned the North American Pro Junior Champion. You could clap for that, yes. She also became the first Caribbean surfer to qualify for the ASP World Surfing Championships, which is open only to the top 2 junior female and top 4 male junior surfers from the 7 ASP regions. Not only did Chelsea qualify, but she ended 3rd overall at these championships, which were held in Florianópolis, Brazil, in October 2013. And she was the highest placed junior surfer, male or female, from the North American region. Her list goes on and on and on as well. I believe it will be in the conference book, so you can read it at your leisure. This month, Chelsea has realized her dream of qualifying for the WSL World Championship Tour, and she is the first Caribbean surfer in the history of this tour to participate from the Caribbean. I want also to say that in 2013, Barbados' Sports Personality of the Year has just completed a film on her amazing exploits. And in 2016, all of her events will be webcast live to thousands surfing enthusiasts, and she competes all over the world. The exposure for Barbados will be immense and will undoubtedly lead to an increase in our sports tourism and in the area of surfing specifically. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate and welcome Chelsea Tua. These sports persons are serious. This one is poisonous on road tennis courts. I think you all know who I mean. Road tennis is our only indigenous sport, and it has come squarely into the spotlight in the past 5 years with the development of the Professional Road Tennis Association. Mark Venom Griffith is arguably the best male road tennis player on the island. Although he has not been playing road tennis for as long as many of his opponents, he has stood out in the sport since he first took up his racket in 2008. His list is also long, but he is considered the toast to the road tennis fraternity in Barbados. Mark believes that road tennis has the potential to put Barbados on the sporting map globally. He firmly believes that it can also influence many areas of our socio-economic development, particularly our tourism and hospitality industry, if the sport is effectively marketed. At the national level, he believes that the sport can also assist in developing our youth, keeping them off the street and away from delinquent activity. To do so, we will need to have more local coaches and those coaches working in the school system from as early as primary school. That is his belief. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Venom Griffith, the poisonous of the road tennis circuit. Is he with us? Mark, are you here? Slide in from where you are. Thank you anyway for your contributions. And now I invite my co-chair to do the final 3 sports awards. Thank you.
Our next awardee stands tall in every sense. At the age of 23, the gifted 6'7" fast bowling all-rounder was appointed captain of the West Indies team in September after playing only 8 tests. And then his statistics showed 380 runs, including 1 century and 2 50s and 16 wickets at 35.37 runs apiece. It was unquestionably a great honor, making him the second